Hey, good morning. It's Wednesday, December 5th. Great to be with you this morning. Going to continue looking at Hebrews 11 and Abraham. And this morning's thought for today is about broken promises. That this world that we live in, the things that are here, make promises that they can't keep. But folks keep on believing it and hoping in it. And faith is how we avoid trusting in a promise that people can't keep. Abraham, as we mentioned last night, lived as a pilgrim because he knew he couldn't trust the promises of this world. In chapter 11 of Hebrews, verse 13, we read this. All these people, the people who've been talking about, Abel and Enoch and Abraham and more to come, were living by faith when they died. They did not receive the things promised. They only saw them and welcomed them from a distance. And they admitted that they were foreigners and strangers on earth, and that's the key. People who say such things show that they're looking for a better country than their own. Not just something that's okay, but they're investing and looking for something better. If they had been thinking of their own country, the one they had left, when Abraham had left, they would have had the opportunity to go back. That's what verse 15 says. But no, instead, they were longing for a better country, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. Just as Jesus said he's prepared a place for us. This is what faith is about. Faith keeps us from believing promises that will be broken. There's another character here. This name is not mentioned here, but I am positive that the writer of Hebrews is wanting us to think of this person. His name is Lot. And he stands in such huge contrast to Abraham. Because Lot looked at the things of this world and believed the promises that were there. So when Abraham gave him the opportunity to go wherever he wanted to go, he chose a beautiful area where the plain was well watered and irrigated. There was crops. There was a city. There was safety. There was protection. He didn't have to do this tent thing all the time. Didn't have to worry about wandering around. There was security here. There was an established city. It was described, the Bible describes it as the garden of the gods. It was that beautiful. It was at the base of the Jordan River. So there's water, there was crops, there was food for animals. There was safety in a actual city so that you weren't subject to all the robbers and animals and just messes of being out on the open plain all the time. And Lot looked at that and he saw, wow, this is where I want to go. See, he was no longer looking for this city, this heavenly city, this vision of Abram, that he was hanging on to. Lot bought into the promise, just the same way that you and I are being tempted to buy into the promise. Lot made the logical choice. Abram made the wise choice of faith. Lot believed in the 3 laws of real estate. And you know what they are. Location, location, location. Sodom fit the bill. It was the place to go. Beauty, established city, protection. There was just one problem. These people were living in a way that was in violation to the things of God. But Lot bought into the promise, just like so many of us and our children have bought into a promise that is broken and it's bitter. We trust in a relationship rather than trust in God, and it's broken and bitter and cuts us to the heart. Because we're looking for things in this world to provide for us what they can't provide, but it keeps on telling us, I can give you everything you need. But when I trust in a relationship, it's different than the way God says it should be. When I trust in investing in things that have to do with building my empire here on earth, I think of Johnny Cash's line in his song of Hurt when he says, my empire of dirt. He finally realizes investing here is not everything it's supposed to be. But if I invest in the heavenly city, I can make the most of what's here in the right way and not be sucked in by these promises and have them broken and shattered right in front of me. See, the stark contrast here is God is rich to Abraham and faithful to him because Abram would not allow the promises of this world to control him. Lot, on the other hand, who is just as much a part of the story of this as Abraham is, and I'm positive the writer of the Hebrews is referencing this for us. Abram made that choice. He was looking for the city whose builder and architect is God, and he knew it wasn't here. He knew hope was in that city. Lot believed hope was in this city. And this afternoon, we'll look at just how bitter Lot's choice became. It cost him everything. He believed in promises that could not be kept. For yourself, for your children, for those that are with you, please don't believe in broken promises that can't be kept. And if it's coming from the source of people and relationships and not rooted in God and His Word, not rooted in the fact that there is a city yet to come, not rooted in the fact that everything is bound up in a human relationship. Things are bound up in our eternal relationship with God, which makes it possible to have human relationships in the fullest sense of the word. I'm not asking other people to be God for me. I'm asking God to be God for me. Broken promises. When they are broken and when they're shattered, the pain is hard and real and it is devastating. Because of the work I do in counseling, I've seen so many of these broken dreams, broken promises. Don't go there. Live for the promise of God. Give your children real hope. Make your journey a journey of hope and peace and trust. Living for that place where the architect and builder is God. And like I said, we'll talk more about Lot this afternoon. Thanks so much for being here. Check us out at everydaytalk247.com. If you haven't subscribed, turn on post notifications. These videos will come to you. Love the comments and the feedback. It's so encouraging to hear from you. And Lord willing, we'll see you later on today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.